Yes, people, welcome back to the Magpie Channel TV. Welcome to Covent Garden, where you can see the Geordies are out in force. It's still early days, but we're here. Alex, AJT from the COP TV, is behind enemy lines.
I am, mate.
He is behind enemy lines. Yeah, not for the first time. We're going to get involved in it right after this. So, nice little quick match preview for you ahead of the final tomorrow. Not long to wait now, mate. I'm nervous, I'm excited, but as a Liverpool fan who's been there, done it, how are you feeling?
Still nervous. It doesn't matter if we were playing Newcastle or Plymouth. I should have.
Hopefully you say Plymouth.
Yeah, hopefully. That's why I don't mention Plymouth at all. But no, of course I'm nervous, bro. Anything can happen in the final. You know, we've been to finals where we've had absolutely no right to win it. I mean, we were 3-0 down against AC Milan. We managed to win that one. No one had us to win that. Obviously, the tables have turned a bit. I have us as the favourites, but when you're in a final, mate, anything can happen. The crowd are going to be unbelievable from an hour before kickoff, both sets. So that's going to obviously have a massive impact on the game. So still nervous, quietly confident, but still nervous because I know what you guys can bring.
The mood from Newcastle fans has changed. It's improved in the past week because of, we had a win at West Ham, that's good just to boost us, but Tuesday night, you lot, not necessarily going out for me, was the 120 minutes of high intensity football in your legs. Salah was emotional at the end, tired. Konate went off. Trent went off. I know Trent's definitely missing. But has your expectation of what could happen tomorrow altered a bit? Are you a bit more worried now than you were if we did this a week ago?
Do you know what? If Liverpool win that game 1-0, which we had the chances to do so, obviously they scored poor defensive error there from Konate, but I think, I'm less confident. As soon as that game went into extra time, I'm thinking, if you said, what don't you want before a cup final at Wembley, it would have been everything that I saw, basically. 2 injuries, 120 minutes, go out on penalties. It's the worst preparation for a cup final ever, really, that we've had. So, listen, confidence levels have definitely dropped a little bit. Trent, massive loss for what he can do. Whoever does play at right back is going to not obviously have the same passing ability as Trent, but they're going to have to almost play we might actually have to play a whole different way because Trent isn't playing.
Wow.
Because when he's on the pitch, you give it to him, he's got his back to the line, no one's behind him, he knows that he's got time on the ball. That diag to Salah, that diag to Diaz, that clipped ball up the line to Salah, these are all passes that lead to goals. So whoever plays in that position, they're going to have to be on it from minute one. Obviously Harvey Barnes is going to be playing. He's going to have it right on him to get involved on that left-hand side. I think that's where you're probably going to aim to hurt us. And obviously you've got Isaac running in late. You've got the midfielders that can join in the action as well. So the right back is a bit of a worry for us. But all over the pitch, we still got our strongest lineup available. So again, you mentioned the know-how, the experience of getting over the line. Hopefully that comes into play on Sunday because, we've played in really tough atmospheres before. It is going to be one, you've got one end, we've got the other end. If we score early on, I think that changes the complexity of the game. If you score early on, then we've got to wake up, right? There can't be any mistakes from this team. And they've won so much that I actually feel like if we didn't win tomorrow night, yes, we've got the Premier League there, but when you're in a final, you've got to go and win it. And that's what we've been good at.
It's interesting tomorrow that Newcastle have kind of been a first half team this season, 4-1 up against Forest, second half concede a few nervy. Liverpool have been traditionally slow starters, you'd probably say, and then second half come to life and get the job done. Do you see the game panning out that way where you might fall behind, but then you think, Salah and that can do the job in the second half?
Do you know what? Us going behind and then coming back to win it was almost like a bit of a Klopp signature.
Yeah.
Go 1-0 down, win it 3-1 kind of thing. Under Arne Slot, which I haven't liked in the last couple of weeks, is we have gone, 1 down and we've had to come back. I mean, Southampton, how they went 1-0 up at Anfield and they were leading at half time is unbelievable.
Well, yeah. John Joe Shelby.
Yeah, small bone, never heard of the geezer before. But listen, second half we bring on the players from the bench and I think that's where this game could be won. He hasn't played Chiesa at all, really. I actually think if we win the league, at this stage, I don't know if Chiesa qualifies for a medal, mate.
Got more chance of giving Gerrard a medal, haven't you? Bring him back for a
few
games.
Get him back for 5 games, mate. So, the lads that we can bring off the bench, Tsimikas got the assist for the winner in the last final. He could come on if Robbo gets a bit tired. You could bring on Chiesa, you could bring on Harvey Elliott, Curtis Jones, Cody Gakpo. So there's options there, and it'll be interesting to see who starts through the middle for us. You're kind of set up front, Murphy, Isaac and Gordon. Obviously Barnes is going to come in, but that's kind of set. For us it isn't really, because Diogo Jota has come in after his big injury and he's been really poor, mate. You know, missing chances, not really getting in the right positions. But then the other hand is Darwin Núñez, who I just never can write him off, mate. Even that Newcastle game a couple of years ago, the fans were getting on his back. Bang bang, scores 2 to win the game. Obviously, I was at the Brentford game a couple of months ago where he scores 2 in the last 5 minutes, gets the assist for PSG off the bench. So there's a part of me that thinks Diogo Jota starts, but Núñez off the bench. I mean, you'd know more than anyone how dangerous that can be.
It's funny because in that game 2 years ago when he won it, when you had 10 men, he was obviously unbelievable. But then in the 3-3 this season, he missed 2 sitters.
But he does that,
It's just that you don't know what you're going to get there.
No, 100%. He does that.
You don't know what you're going to get with him.
It's expected that he'll miss a sitter, but if you keep writing him off, the good thing about Darwin Núñez is his mentality. That's the one thing across the 3 years so far that I can never question. Because no matter how many times he misses, he gets himself back up. And there's always a chance. You might have a poor game in January, but in April you might be our hero. So we can't write him off. Hopefully he ends up with a Premier League trophy and whatever happens with him happens. But anyone could be the hero on Sunday, bro. You know, Alisson's been our hero in the past, scoring headers.
Mad.
And there actually is a lot of shouts to play Kelleher in this one because of how good he's been at Wembley for us. So we'll see, mate. I'm just itching for that first whistle. To be honest, I want this out of the way. The nerves leading up to a final are horrible, aren't they?
Tomorrow's even worse.
Horrible, bro.
I'll get no sleep tonight, mate. I always have a bad sleep before a big game like that, Derby Day or a final.
Well, you've got to be on it for Box Park tomorrow.
I know.
You're nervous for that, plus then you've got the game.
So many nerves, so many pressures, stresses, and that's what the players will be feeling, I guess. But listen, we said it off air. This is what we want. As a fan, as a content creator, and as players, you want to be in the big games. Do you know what I mean? So Isak's the obvious one, mate, who you want to look out for and you're going to be wary of. But who else do you look at Newcastle and think he could be a threat? Because the midfield's a big battle tomorrow, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a huge battle. I think Tonali maybe obviously had a lot to deal with last season off the pitch, but it looks like he's settled a little bit more now. He's playing games. Joe Linton is so physical, he can always pop up with a moment. Bruno, the midfield's definitely one to be worried for. But yeah, Isak's the main one. And I think with us having no Trent, do you look at maybe Harvey Barnes stepping up to be that, Anthony Gordon replacement who can score and assist? So there's danger all over the pitch, but look, on paper, bro, we're 15 points clear. We're the clear favourites to win the league, the clear favourites to win this. You look at the table doesn't lie, right? You should have won more games than you've got this season. But in a cup final, forget all of that. Forget it all, because, like I said, I keep going back to it, bro. Your fans are unbelievable, and I just hope that we match them. I'm sure we will. We absolutely battered Chelsea fans, not physically, but audio levels. We battered them last year, and that's what actually got us over the line. So I am aware that can get you over the line. So Liverpool fans, if you're going tomorrow, you don't need me to say it, but they're going to have the flags there, 30,000 of them. We need to match that.
Before we get into score predictions, Alex, how much does it mean to Liverpool? Because we all know how much it means to Newcastle. I've never seen a trophy. Half the fan base hasn't seen a trophy. It's been 70 years since 1955, the FA Cup domestically. We last won an English tournament there. So it's nuts. It needs to end. We want it so badly. We need it so badly. Liverpool, you've got the Premier League in the bag. You won this last year. So how much does it mean to you?
Do you know what? People say on paper, and including yourself, give us this one, it's only the Carabao.
Please.
But I'm telling you now, Jason, who's filming this, was with me last year at the Carabao Cup final. And genuinely, it's one of my favourite Klopp trophies.
Really?
Up there with the Champions League. Because of the kids, bro. Because we had no right to win that game. And it was the sweetest feeling because they had their the billion pound bottle jobs it was called, wasn't it, after that final. So
Newcastle can take motivation from that and inspiration, to be fair.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm saying it.
When you see the lines up last year, everyone's like, Chelsea got this.
I was shitting myself.
I think you're going to get embarrassed, maybe. So the same thing applies to us tomorrow. We can go to it.
Listen, I know how much it means to you, but any final of Tiddlywinks or whatever.
Warren Barton. Ex-Newcastle right back Warren Barton, centre Barton.
So yeah, I know it means so much to you. He's loving it, isn't he?
He loved it.
So listen, it means just as much. You don't want to hear it, but it means means just as much for us, man. Because it's Arne Slot's first chance to win a trophy. And if he does win it, mate, what a manager he could turn out to be for Liverpool. But get this one over the line, wrap up the Prem, and we'll see what happens, man.
I mean, only slot. Imagine if Eddie Howe wins a trophy. Statue sentence.
Yeah.
Sir Bobby couldn't do it. Some big managers, big names couldn't do it. Let's hope that's the case. Let's wrap it up then, mate. Score prediction. How's this one going to play out? Obviously, you're going to back your lads, aren't you?
It's no surprise. I'm going goals. I'm going goals. And I think a 3-2 Liverpool win.
Oh. And you think you're going to come
Which
back
is no good on the heart
or?
rate for me or you, to be
No,
honest.
it's definitely not. It's definitely not.
But I just want us to score the first goal. If we score the first goal, I think, we can almost manage and control the game. But if you score the first goal, anything can happen, mate. So.
Well, I said it last night. I would say Tyndall's Pub, 2-1 to the Toon. It may even go to penalties.
Hopefully
I hope
not, by the way.
But honestly, let us know your thoughts in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to the Cop TV as well. We did a video over on AGT's channel as well, so check it out. Big up everyone. Enjoy yourselves over the weekend. We'll see you soon.
And by the way, just to finish off, the Geordies, you've got to show some love to this fella. The amount of work that he puts in behind the scenes, the travelling up and down the country. Everyone's got to subscribe to you and support you, bro. And I'm proud of you for even getting to this final. It's an amazing thing to have on our channels and DR and Cop. So, like I said, man, I just wish that we could both win tomorrow.
And I wish we were playing Arsenal. Innit, Jason? Shout out, Robbie.
Me too, actually.
Big up, bro. Love it.
Nice one, brother.
Cheers, bro.
Let's go and have a pint, yeah?
Yeah, let's get amongst it.
With the black and white stuff, is it?
Oh, is it
any red pints?